Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to start on our Margarete Miller weekly challenge. So it is CWP1. So the code is hashtag 2023 CWP1. And the items we need today are a form of transportation, a library card, a zoo animal, your handwriting, and stained paper. And the bonus, if you want to switch any of those out, is a sticker. And of course you can add anything else you like to your collage. This is the book that I made the other day and I'm working in. Well, I didn't make the book, but I changed it into a book that we can use to collage in. So I did the cover, there's a video for that, and just made it so that we can just collage on this. And I think I'm going to be getting animals from the zoo from the extraordinary things to cut out in collage. There's quite a lot of zoo animals in here, and I was struggling to find drawn pictures. I prefer drawn to photographic, so when you do animals it's a lot harder to find drawn ones. So there's plenty in here to choose from. Now we need stained paper. So at first I was going to use painty papers, then I realized she didn't mean painted papers. Stained papers. I thought it was painted. Anyway, I haven't got the actual stickers or things because her shop is still closed until the 6th of January, and so I won't be able to get mine till then. But I believe it is stained papers. So this is coffee stained, of course. I'm going to use the dark side because the picture I'm going to use is sort of going to match that quite well. So I'm going to cut this down and glue this on, and then I'm just going to ink the edges. Yeah, I could have deckled the edges, perhaps. It might have looked better, but I didn't. I forgot. I had planned on doing that. I've got this image here, which I remember pulling out last year and wanted to use, but it was too big. But it's just going to fit, just about. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'm actually going to cut the basket off. I'm going to use it, but I'm going to cut it off and trim off the children. I don't want the children in this particular picture, so I'll be back when I've done that. So I cut them out, and so you can see that this was the balloon. Cut all the children out. I've left the bird there for now, but that may disappear. I just found some few animals. I'm going to put some animals in the basket. So that's transportation and zoo animals done, or doing. I've got some more animals here from antiquarian sticker book. So now I'm thinking that it's got the American flag on it, but I'm thinking that all these Australian animals, we've got a kangaroo, we've got a baby emu, and lots of little gaggle of emus, if that's what they're called. Flock, gather, I don't know what they're called. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just have Australian zoo animals that'll be going to visit America. So actually that looks like a bear. I thought it was no, there's the wombat. I knew I had a wombat. So there's a wombat. And there's a couple more kangaroos. I like that one because it was facing forward. So I'm going to have a look through the other book and see what else there is. So you can look with me if you like. So yeah, I had fancied the giraffe, but he's probably a bit big. Not too sure if any of those are actually Australian. I don't think so. So I don't know whether we can do Australian or not. That looks possibly a bit Australian, I don't know. There's another kangaroo. Yeah, let's have the kangaroo. That was what I wanted to originally have, was koalas. So I got that one. Anything else here that looks like it might be Australian? And a dingo. I'm going to say that's a dingo. No. Don't think we have monkeys or gorillas, unless we want to find an Australian bird. That one looks Australian, that one looks Australian, that one does too. That one's nice. I like the red one. I'm going to assume, I don't know whether that is Australian or not, but I'm going to assume that we've got parrots like that. It's quite possible. Or rosellas, whatever they are. A red rosella. Yeah, they could be birds of South America for all I know. We're going to pretend that it's Australian for the moment. Oh yeah, there is a koala here from the other book. So there's a koala, a kangaroo and a bird. Okay, trim these up and see how much more we need to find. Okay, I've cut out a bunch of animals. I'm not going to stick them on just yet. I haven't quite decided how that's going to work yet, so we'll just leave them there for now. We also need a library card and handwriting. So we've got transportation, library card, zoo animals, stained paper, and the bonus is a sticker. Well, these are actually stickers from this antiquarian sticker book. So we actually got everything. We just need my library card. I'm going to back it with this stained paper that's lined, so that I can write on the back in my own handwriting. So I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, here goes. I probably should have written it on the paper before I glued it on. In case it didn't work, I could do it on another piece of paper. So we've got hashtag, okay, so it might be a little bit thick. What is it? 2023. So I'm doing it, this is not my normal handwriting, I'm doing it in my calligraphy handwriting that I learnt probably 20 years ago, but I've probably got my own version of it since then. P1. Oh, I could have started a bit further over, but that's okay. Is that like a 1? Not really. Okay, that does. Okay, so next one is transportation. I've got to try and make sure it fits on there. I'm not going to put a form off, I'm just going to put transportation. We know what that means. It's supposed to be an R. It doesn't look like an R, does it? If I do it all down the edge, I think that's the matter where I won't try and centre it. It's way too difficult. Library card, a zoo animal. Okay. I'm just going to put handwriting. Stained paper. Bonus. Okay. Woohoo. Yeah, seems to be alright. So now we can decide what to put on the other side and where it goes, because it's a bit big. I might have to make it smaller. I'll tuck it in. Or maybe I should have used a smaller writing. I think we'll have to tuck it in. I'm going to cut it off so it is a bit smaller and less to deal with. But it's still a library card, it's just you're not going to see that it's a library card. I don't know if you're supposed to see that it's a library card, but we're just going to use a library card. Okay. We might have to just tuck it in there, I think. Or here, because I wanted that bird, the possibility of this bird flying in over here. Alright, so just got to remember to, I could glue it, no, I need to be tucked so I can pull it out. And I'm going to put something on the back, but we'll decide. Oh yeah, I've got an idea about that. Yes, so what I'm thinking is, they're flying across America. Oh no, well they're flying across, no, they're flying from Australia over to America. And so they're going to need a map, aren't they? So I'm going to give them a map of America. It's a bit of an antique map, the old map, to go with the old. I'm sure that this is probably from the 15, 16 or 1700s, and that's probably from the 1800s, but that doesn't matter. We're not going to fuss, are we? So we're going to say they're going to head over to this area, which I think, you know, New York. Right, so I cut the piece out just a bit bigger than the card so that when I glue it on, I've got room for error. So let's glue that on. It's not really very straight, unfortunately. No. Oh well. Shame. Never mind. Could have done it rough like a, you know, treasure map kind of shape, but didn't think of that. What I might do then is just see if we can rough the edges up and then re-ink it, just to make it look a little bit less modern. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there we have our map. It's going to stick out there. So now all I have to do is arrange the animals where I want them. So I'm going to pop the koala in here. He had to bring his tree with him, because koalas can't cope unless they've got their gum trees. And we've got, he might stand on the, because he's got a nice tail, leave him standing up there. He might be too big, I'm not too sure, but I did want a wombat because he's a very unique to Australia type of animal. And I might just have a little dingo with his tail. Looking out there. Leave him with his, it's going to be really fun gluing this all down, isn't it? Maybe we'll have him at the front because I want his tail, like his tail. I'll just get this all set and then I'll have to move it all. The bird might perch on top of that branch. That's good. Got another kangaroo. He's probably just going to poke in behind there. Something like that. That chicken might be too big. I'm going to have some emus. We'll have some emus poking up behind there, and a little chick go on the front. Maybe we could have another chick at the back, a big one. We'll see. That's the general concept. What? Cute. Might just need another animal for there, but I haven't got any more left. What I might actually quite like, I know I've got that map there, but I actually might like some map in the background just to break up some of that blank. So, I'm sorry, bird animals. Oh dear, dear. So let's have some more of the world. I don't suppose we've got any of Australia, have we? I think this is Australia, unmapped. Let's have that. So I'm going to cut this in half because it's too hard to handle. And I might just have it as a torn map, I'm thinking. So this is basically supposed to be Australia because this is like Indonesia. Hard to tell, really. Okay, so which part? We want sort of this part, which is, that's the top of Western Australia, I suppose. All right, well, let's just start tearing. All right, let's ink that up. I know all this stuff I'm using is actually shiny today, but if I don't like the shine, I will spray the whole thing when it's finished with the matte spray, because I'm not a fan of shiny collages. But rather than spray them individually now, then you've got to wait for it to dry. And it took a while yesterday for that card to dry. I will spray it later. So let's just decide whereabouts that's going, and then we'll actually see which parts we can see. So that's the top of Australia, possibly Queensland, possibly Western Australia. Who knows? It's not really properly mapped, is it? So there's the map of the world underneath them. So we can just glue that down there. And don't forget the tuck, Julie. So we need the tuck to go like that. So we're going to put glue here. And the basket. I can glue the basket down and then leave a space to tuck in. Just going to do a row along the bottom. All right, and so we'll start with the koala because he's in the middle. Oh, he's a sticker. Oh, well, we'll leave him there for the moment. What I might do is, I don't know, let's put them back on and make sure we're happy with where they're going. I'll tell you, it's going to be really interesting gluing this down. I don't think you're going to want to watch it. It's going to be tricky. I've got another kangaroo that goes behind. That's his little face peeking through there. We've got a little chicken. Oh, it's not a chicken, it's an emu baby chick. And then some emus hiding behind because we've only got their heads. Okay. Right, stick it down, Julie. And we've got that going in here and that going there. Oh, that's the easy part. Let's do that first. I've got to look where the strings go to because I'm going to put some string down here for the ropes to tie to the basket, so I can't have it going across his face. So I've got to think about where the strings go to. Better get the strings out because I'll probably want the strings to go behind them. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit on the tricky side because I only want the string to go behind them. I'm going to have to hold it. I don't think it's going to stick. It's shiny paper. Might have to think that one again. Might need Fabri-Tac thinking. And the little chick that I forgot. Chick's going to go here, I think. Or is he going to go here? Going to be here. Perch on the end. Don't fall off, little chickie. And the village is too big. This is the first week of Margarete Miller's weekly collage challenge, and it is hashtag 2023 CWP1, and you needed to find a form of transportation, which is my big balloon, a library card, which is, this was collage onto a library card. Zoo animals, so I've chosen Australian animals that we find in our zoos as well as other animals, and some birds. Handwriting, so I've used my calligraphic handwriting because my normal handwriting is not that good, so quite like that. It's nice to put it into use. Stained paper, so I've got coffee stained paper in the background, and the bonus is a sticker. So the wombat and the koala were stickers, and we have the map of America so they can find their way from Australia, which is down here somewhere on their where they're setting off from, and they're going to go on a safe journey all the way across the Indian Ocean to America. Could take a while in a hot air balloon, I can say. It takes long enough in an aeroplane. But they've got their trusty map and some birds to assist, so hopefully all will be well. So there we go. That is my Margarete Miller finished. Please check out her website, her YouTube channel, and her Etsy shop, which should be open again on January 6th in order for you to download the prompts. Please follow along and do your own challenge in your own way, in your own book. Find your own little things to put in your collage. You can do it as a picture as I've done, or just as glue them all together. Glue book style, just find the pieces and put them down. Just gluing paper, as we all know, is for some reason we enjoy it. I don't know if it's taking us back to our childhood days or what, I don't know, but anyway, we seem to enjoy the gluing and sticking things down and making a pretty picture or a pretty journal. So there we go. We have our Australian zoo animals. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you all had a very happy Christmas and happy New Year, and I look forward to seeing you in the coming year, 2023. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.